Right, I just got back in. I've got a big bag full of 22mm PVC, T sections and 22mm PVC elbows, and a box of 212mm screws and 2 meters of PVC pipe. And we're in the disaster zone, the fire hazard. And yeah, I've been contemplating this for a while. I was going to do the whole copper pipe build with a built-in battery antenna, but it's weight, and I wanted something multi-purpose that I could, use in the shack, use in the car, put in the trailer. I did kind of want to, copper pipe it all, or even PVC pipe, just for lightness. Yeah, with a built-in power pack would have been great, but I didn't need all that. It's just a temporary thing. So yeah, let's just get on with it and see what we come out with, because I've got no idea what I'm doing. I'm half asleep, I haven't slept for days, and it should be quite interesting. All I'm going to need for this is a Phillips screwdriver and a hacksaw. Right, so far I've just cut 4 4-inch sections and then put an elbow on each end. One there, and obviously one at the back on both sides. Can you guess what it is yet? That's Rolf's Karting Club. Actually, you shouldn't make jokes about Rolf Harris after what's been in the papers recently. But can you guess what it is yet? Sorry, can't do Australian accents. Right, and on those bits at the front, I've just cut 4 2-inch sections to connect the T's up to. So now I have one of those and one of those, if we can do this by hand. So I'm going to have one there, one on that side, and now I'll put some across the middle. Nearly got the front done, and it took 2 minutes, well 5 minutes, yeah, 5 or 6 minutes to do that. Quick slab of the old coffee. Right, one of the good things about working with the PVC is it's quick and easy. I can cut through it easily. It's very lightweight. It's strong enough for what I need it for, and it's got enough give for what I want it for, so it's not going to get dented and bent up. It's going to take probably about 5% impact when it gets knocked, say, in the trailer or something. Anything to protect the circuit board. And you can just squeeze it all into shape just with your own weight. And I'm not gluing it down, so I didn't file off the ends either. The hacksawed it a bit rough because they help. Flashes a bit bright. They help it being a nice tight snug fit. So I've got a nice tight snug fit all the way around. And then when I've got it all the bits lined up and square, I'm just going to pre-drill and screw each join. Where it's going to be screwed joined, I can take it apart, extend it, shrink it, add to it, add another section, make it longer, turn it into a backpack. If I glue it all up, it's going to be glued up, and the only way to break it is by cutting bits out. So I'm just going to go around and squash them all together for the second time. I've done it the first time, but I'm going to doubly check they're all pushed in. And then I've just got to make the middle section. I've got to cut that into 4. That's the leftovers. This bit of pipe was, I don't know, all of it was a £10 something, including the screws. So yeah, I've just got to cut that into 4. Although it's going to be for the CB, the Superstar, I've actually modelled it around the Icom, which is a slightly bigger radio. In fact, it's a hell of a lot bigger radio. In fact, it's going to swamp the CB. I've made it so wide. But then again, the Superstar Lord is small. So if I do buy a bigger radio or decide to use this for the Icom, it's going to fit. I don't have to worry about making it nice and small for the Superstar. Again, it's a very small radio. and then nothing else fits. So I'm gonna get on and chop up these last 4 bits and get back to you. Right, look at the mess in here, absolute chaos. Done, 20 minutes. Haven't screwed it in yet. I've squeezed all the joints together and then gave them a tap with a rubber hammer. In fact, not even a rubber hammer. This is how well I work. I used a rubber handle to tap them into place. Don't want to put this together by whacking it with a hammer, you'll just break it. But that's strong enough to take a knock around in the boot of the car, the trailer, the footwell of the car. Strong enough for that. You know, I don't want to be dropping it off any mountains. So now I can attach the radio and the SWR meter, or the radio and something else maybe. But I'll be doing that tomorrow because everything's shut now, and I've got to go and get some spray paint tomorrow. I'd like to go NATO green, but for quickness I'm just going to grab a can of black out of the pound shop. So I'll paint it up black tomorrow, get the radio in, and I'd rather have that in my bag. You know, then the radios aren't going to get bashed because they're going to be sitting inside the frame. And again, the front of the radio is going to be there, so even with the microphone in, all the knobs and switches are still protected. There we go. See what I mean by not sitting flush. If I put it down, face down, not going to damage the radio. If anything comes in the side, it's not going to damage the radio because the radio is about 2 inches inside on both sides. There's room in there for 2 radios, which was the original plan. So I might put the ICOM in there actually with it. And then I can sit that on my desk. See, the Superstar looks swamped in there because it's so small. Right, let's put the ICOM in there because that's a better size radio. There we go, the ICOM's in there. Fits a little bit better. Again, it's doesn't quite fit it. So the back's still protected. I could stand it upright, or I could lay it on its front. Basically I can stand it up on gravel, grass to some extent, and the radio's sort of protected. Didn't want it enclosed in a box like the Go box I built last year. Radios just get hot, you've got to start adding fans to keep them cool. But yeah, I'll do an update tomorrow when I've painted it. Alright, just pre-drilling the holes for the screws with the Dremel. If I screw them straight in, they're going to split it, possibly split it, or they're just going to slip and not bite the plastic. So, pre-drilling them all, screwing them in, and then off to get some black spray paint and some cable ties to get the radios in. I had to go and do 2 hours work with the missus last night, and this morning I had a school play. Then I've got to take her back to work in about half an hour, go and get the spray paint, come back, spray it, pick the kids up from school, go to work, come home about midnight, put the radios in when the paint's dry, and then it should be ready for Saturday. Right, been out and got some supplies, got some more mess for the stove, need some space to put it, some food for the weekend, spray paint, green, couldn't get NATO green, didn't have a lot of time, only had a few minutes to pop into town quickly. It was either this or like pink, red, so we're gonna spray up. But I bought another 10 meters of paracord, Webtech stuff, never used Webtechs before, we'll give it a go. New knee pad, because my knee pads have got hard plastic on them and they're a bit pain in the neck, so we just got a single foam and a new basher because the weather's going to be pants, so I've got one for me, one for the radios. Right, let's get on with this. couple more holes to drill, screws to put in, and then we can paint it. Right, first coat, very fine. Sun's come out, so that should dry quickly because it's just a thin layer. I'll go and make a coffee and then come back and do it again. Right, 4 layers of paint. After the second, third coat, it should look good because it was patchy. It looked a bit like camo, but I decided to do 4 layers, just letting this dry. Can's pretty much empty. I might get a 5th coat out of it. So yeah, where I'm letting it dry, 5 layers, should be quite scratch proof. It's definitely getting there though. Kit's ready for tomorrow. And that can's empty. Oh well. Right, we're finished temporarily. I've scuffed the head out of the paint, gone through several zip ties. Haven't fitted anything permanently, it's all zip tied in. It's a bod's job totally because I want it for tomorrow. I've got to go and pick the kids up from school now. Spent the morning watching the school play, so I couldn't do it then, and I've got work tonight. Well, I've got to pick the missus up, then I've got to go to work. So it's all hell's broken loose really. Just haven't had the time to do this, and I shouldn't have bothered doing it. I should have just took the radio in the bag like I normally do. Right, so I didn't put the power meter amp in there. I didn't put the SWR power meter in there. What I did do, there we go, because I wanted it to work every way up. I've got a gap here, so I can still put the amp in, which I might do now. See, scuffs everywhere. We'll just quickly plug in the this thing, and we'll show you what we got. Right, now I've plugged this thing in. I believe it was once called a microphone. Right. Radio's working. Put in a 10 AA battery pack. It's only 3.8 amps or something. It's not great big, but it'll do. Got to tidy the wires up a little bit. Well, all I've got to do really is pull this out the car, out the trailer, out my bag or whatever. Plug the antenna in, and I'm away. I can use it on a desk. I can stand it up, and it'll go in and out of bag without having to keep plugging things in and unplugging them. Everything's all like protected. It's easy to pick up and move around. Just unplug the aerial. Again, I haven't tidied the wire up yet. Just got to wrap it around itself, I suppose. And that's it. It's all zip tied. It's a complete mess. It was a total rush job. But yeah, standalone. I could get an elbow connector for there and put a rubber duck on it, and I can just charge the battery pack off a trickle charger, or take that with me and just charge the battery straight from there with the battery pack. Right, that's it. Sorry it's a short video, but I've got to leave in 4 minutes, go and pick the kids up from school. I've got a black permanent marker in my EDC, so when I'm out this weekend I'll just touch up in black all the little scuffs I've just made today. Absolutely wrecked the paintwork. But that's it. When I want to go home I can just tuck that in there and pick the unit up, and away I go. It's not a lot to it. So yeah, I think I will get the power meter in there. Signal meter, SWR meter, sorry. As I've got room for it.